Good evening, Fernwood. It is your artful analyst Neil here, and it's time for us to build our understanding of another episode of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. Today we are watching episode 210 from January 21st, 1977, and yes, I got the year right. Let's do our recap. At the factory, Tiny was complaining about the effect that the Olinsky report has been having on his sex life. Charlie suggested that when Loretta is better, that he will be doing a lot of experimenting with it. They noticed Tom nodded off on a table across the way, and Tom has been working double shifts to handle his money problems. Tiny comes back at him, suggesting that it's nepotism and that he's trying to kiss Brian Adams's butt. This raises the tension in the room, but Tiny and Garth head off to the line. Charlie calms him down, however, and he suggests to Tom that he needs a break and that he should take a long drive to a spot that he's heard about called Lou's Place. Then Mary Hartman receives a call from Tom, and she seems just a bit disappointed that he's not doing some of the things that she was hoping he would do. Next door at the Shumways, they are preparing for eviction. There are sirens and police outside, and George has brought out his shotgun and is asking for help from Martha in keeping the guns loaded. Mary does her best to make sure that everyone is safe and protected in this violent act. Clete Meisenheimer shows up to report the news and runs into Kathy on her way out. There's an awkward moment there. And as Clete reports on the events happening around him, Lieutenant Trask comes in and tells the Shumways that the police are going to come in imminently. And George prepares his shotgun as Merle Jeters comes in. And in between some awkward moments, recalling the kiss that Mary and Merle shared just a couple of episodes ago, Merle says that he has found a way for the Shumways to keep their house. It's going to be a historical monument, and the city is going to make sure that they have a place to stay. And Grandpa Larkin thinks that that is an anticlimax. Speaking of non-climaxes, Wanda is waiting in front of the television for a report to come on as Merle complains she is still involved with the Olinsky report. And Wanda turns up the volume on her public service announcement that is calling out to the women of Fernwood to deny sex from their husbands and to keep strong together in order to make good things happen in bed in the long run. Of course, Merle blows his top over this and suggests that he will give Wanda all of the sexual satisfaction that she wants, and it's clear that Wanda knows she's on top. News about the Olinsky report has been reaching outside of Fernwood as Mac and Lulu talk about the different events going on. Of course, Lulu is in favor of the Olinsky report since it means more pleasure for women during sex. Mac is a bit dumbstruck when he hears Lulu talking about it. And it seems that Lou himself, the owner of Lou's Place, has hit a bit of a depression. He hasn't shaved in days, and Lulu is just not treating him well. And we see at the end of the episode, Lou feeling down in the dumps. And everyone, that was our Thursday episode. This is the end of a week, so I expect some big things may happen. I think it's time to begin.
Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman!
Hey, let me have a beer.
Me too. Tom, no. Tom, you've been on the wagon for months now. You're doing fine.
Fine is not enough, Charlie.
One beer and you're a goner, Tom.
Hey,
you know
Charlie,
that.
just
You
don't
can't
sit on me, understand that? Now stop sitting. The whole world is sitting on me. Now, just one beer and that'll be it, okay? So knock it off. Just knock it off, Charlie.
Okay. Sure, go ahead. It's your life. Tom, at least don't drink it so fast, huh?
Hey, don't worry about it, will you? Just don't worry about it. We got enough to worry about, you and me. Let me have another one. Come on. One more. Come on.
Tom, listen. Tom, what you need is faith.
Oh, come
The
on.
bottle ain't gonna do you any good.
Come on,
the bottle ain't
Charlie,
gonna. You got to have what you need is faith in the Lord, Tom.
Listen, give me a double shot of bourbon and wash this down with, all right?
Listen. Just if you're not gonna do it for yourself, do it for me.
Do yourself a favor. Run along to the hospital, won't you? Go ahead. Go back to the hospital. Go on, come on.
Well, I'd like to go to the hospital, Tom, but I don't think I should. I think I should stay here and keep you company.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't need your company, because I got all the company I need right here. I'll tell you what. You know what I'm going to do afterwards?
What?
To sober up, I'm going to go have some coffee over at that Lou's Diner.
Lou's?
Yeah, you know
What's
that
Lou's?
place, Lou's, that place between here and Dayton that Mac talks about. I want to go over there and see that singer that's supposed to be so special. I want to see what's so special about her.
How come I wasn't asked to help untrim the Christmas tree, Pat? Don't I live here? Huh? Aren't I the man of the house?
It's all right. It's all right. You don't have to bother. I'll do it.
Why don't you just come right out and say it, kiddo? You don't need me. You do fine without me. Go ahead and say it, Pat. You would be better off if I was not here. Go ahead and say it. Say it!
Hi. How you doing? How's the homework coming?
Okay.
Philip sure is teaching me a lot more about math than they do in public schools.
That's nice.
Well, what are you gonna do? Just stand there and nag me?
You know I never nag you.
Not much, Patty. Listen. I'm gonna tell you something. Listen. There are two kinds of naggers, Pat. One, a talking nagger. B, a silent nagger. A silent nagger is the worst kind, Pat, and that is you. That's you. What damn the hell, Pat? Aren't I even worth arguing with, huh? Is that all you think of your damn husband? Or you don't think I can take Christmas decorations off a tree, huh? Huh? You want to kill me, don't you, Patty? Well, you want to know what? Go ahead. Because I don't care. Because what have I got to live for, huh, Patty? Cooped up in this lousy house every day with you walking around with that sourpuss and a boy that wets the bed every night. Sourpuss, sour sheets, Patty. Puss in sheets,
Please,
Patty.
the children, they may be listening.
I don't care. Listen, I want to tell you something. Okay? You don't want me dead any more than I want me dead, okay? That's the reason your life is on the line, Patty, because I don't give a damn about my life. I'm tired, Patty. I'm tired of putting up with you. I'm tired of your face around the house. I'd like to take your face and just mash it into the floor and be rid of you, Patty. And then they can burn me, Patty. I don't care.
Gee, it's just so good to see you again.
Loretta, can you say anything? Can you say anything at all? Could you talk to me? Could you just tell me one thing and nothing else, okay? Could you just tell me, are you in a coma state?
Hello, Mary.
What are you looking at? Loretta, it's so dark in here, it's very hard to tell. I'm very worried that these bandages are going to interfere with her breathing. You know, it's very important for her singing.
The machine breathes for her.
Oh, does that? Is this healthy?
We have the most wonderful machines. I say we because I feel part of the hospital now.
Oh, do you? What part is it? What does your name badge say, Bobby?
Oh, that's my hospital name. You see, we gray ladies take the names of something that smiles like Bobby or Sherry or Susie or Melody. We try to make the patients cheerful and hopeful, especially the hopeless ones. Oh, Mary, I am so happy to be doing such a useful work.
Now, tell me something. What else besides wearing a badge you do to make the terminally ill happy?
Oh, I am busy. Now, like just today, I gave 3 sponge baths, washed out 5 bedpans, told 2 very funny jokes to a man in traction, just to divert his attention from a corpse that was being carried out of his room. You see, that sort of thing can be very uncheerful for a person in traction.
Can she hear us now?
No, she's in a coma.
Oh, good. Because I just wouldn't want to say anything, that would hurt her feelings at a time like this. I personally do not find that getup too attractive. On her, you know what I mean?
What's new?
Well, Loretta's in a coma. And the whole town's still talking about Mayo Linsky. Oh, my God.
What?
Oh, my God. It did it again. Her hand just twitched. It did it again. Did you see that Loretta's right hand? It just twitched. The same way it does just when she's about to break into song.
Some of these days you're gonna miss me, honey. Some of these days you're gonna feel so lonely. You're gonna miss my hugging. You're gonna miss my kissing. You're gonna miss me, honey, when you go away. Oh, now what's wrong with you 2 boys?
Well,
I thought you was going to tell me how wonderful I was, Lou.
well,
Would you rather tell me in private? Is that it? Well, you're just so shy. I certainly do understand that. You know what? I'll tell you what. In a minute, you and me will go over there and just have us a little private, personal talk.
okay.
But first, I got to finish talking to Mac here, all right?
All right.
So why don't you just go on and take care of all the customers and everything, and then you and me will just have us a real private little talk. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just run along now.
Sure.
Okay. Here's some of your beer.
All right, lady, what in the hell is going on here? I mean, you making it with him or what?
Well, wouldn't you just like to know?
Oh, you bet I'd like to know, because if you are, I just...
Oh, come on, Mac. Get serious. You think I'm going to go off with that old coat in the prime of my youth?
Well, I don't know. The way you're talking to him, it's really hard to
He's
tell.
my boss. I work for him. Just stringing him along. Come on, what was you going to tell me?
It's in the place.
Why? There's too many people in here?
Yeah.
You still got that heater in your truck?
You bet you I do.
Well, then how's it bad if just you and me go mosey on out to that truck and just do us a lot of heavy talking?
Hey, Lou, how about some coffee? What's the matter, Lou? You got the hots for that dame?
She's not a dame. She's a fine lady.
Okay. But I can see you go for her. It's written all over you. But if I was you, Lou, I'd forget it. She ain't gonna put out for you. You're too old for her.
You're gonna buy something, or you're just gonna sit there and occupy space?
I asked you for a cup of coffee.
All right.
Yeah, it's Mac's truck. How about that coffee? Listen, Lou, don't knock yourself out. That girl's much too...
You shut up, okay? Shut up!
Sure, Lou, anything you say.
Okay.
Hey, fellas, what do you say? Hey.
Say, partner?
Hey, what do you say?
What'll it be to?
Give me a bubble Durban.
I think you got a little bit too much there, friend, huh?
Okay, where's the entertainment? Come on, play, will you? I came around, I heard there's great entertainment here. Let's hear it, huh?
The entertainment just went out that door.
Come on, will you? Come on, I gotta have a little entertainment. I mean, come on, will you? Come on, I had a lousy week.
Well, you can join the family.
Yeah. Well, look, nobody could have a worse week than me. I mean, nobody could. I mean, absolutely nobody. You know what? I got a job. That's the pits. You know what I mean? Huh? The pits. You know? I mean, it drives me out of my skull just to think about it. You know what I mean? Huh? You know what I've been doing? Guess what I've been doing? Huh?
I don't know.
I've been working double shifts. Double shifts. Because I'm in debt, man. I'm in debt up to my ears. You know what I mean? Huh? Hey, you guys, you know what about prices these days, huh? I mean, they're going sky high. Let me tell you guys, son, this whole damn country's going bankrupt. Just mark my words. Bankrupt, I'm telling you, that's what it's going. Oh, boy. You guys listen? Huh? Huh? I mean, man, I've had...
Poor guy.
What do you mean, poor guy? He's a drunk.
He's got his problems.
So who hasn't? Why don't you call the cops, let them get him out of here?
He has enough of problems. I don't want to get any more hassled by the cops.
So what are you gonna do? Just let him lay there?
Nah. Give me a hand, we'll get him up in the back room.
Back where?
Back in the Lulu's room.
Lulu's room?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I got a feeling she's not coming back tonight.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, who got... Did you see the
You're
truck that
okay,
hit me?
bud. Yeah,
Did you see
you're
that
all right,
truck?
but just relax.
Hey, you guys, what do you say, old McDonald?
Are you listening to me? The hell are you doing? What, you guys sleepwalking or something? It's no wonder I gotta slug you every now and then, Pat. It's the only way to get your attention. This is my house, Patty. I want some attention. My whole rotten, stinking life, Patty. Nobody's ever paid me any attention. Nobody. I could be the best public relations man in this whole town. I could public relate anything. Anything. But what am I doing instead? I'm working on an assembly line as a stinking common worker. Me. With all my great ideas. Fantastic ideas. And why, Patty? Because nobody ever pays any attention to my ideas. Even my own damn wife doesn't pay any attention to my ideas. Is it any wonder I have to slug you every now and then? Patty?
Well, that's not the reason why you hit me, Garth. It goes much deeper than that.
Well, what, were you a psychiatrist now? Where'd you get those ideas, Pat?
I talked to a woman from a batter's... from a battered wives organization.
Wait.
And she told me some very, very interesting things.
Well, you're talking to outsiders again, Pat. You know I don't like that. Don't do that, Pat. What, you just want to try to pick a fight?
No, Garth, I only did it because I didn't know I needed someone to turn to. I didn't know what else to do. Battered wives.
Battered wives? Pat, you're not a battered wife. You're not a battered wife. If I was going to batter you, Pat, I wouldn't fool around. I'd just batter up. Pat, Patty, I'm just trying to knock some sense into you. That's all, kiddo. It's the only way I know of teaching you anything. That's why I locked you in the closet. I just thought I'd give you a chance to think about how to be a decent wife, Patty. I'm trying to save our marriage, kiddo. Patty, it's just not working. Maybe I didn't lock you in there long enough. Maybe that's it, Patty. I think maybe you have to go in there again. Go in again this time and learn something, Patty. Come on. Go in. In you go, Patty. In you go. In you go. Come on. No! In you go, Patty. Come on. No!
Mom, what's the matter? I heard all
Get
the
out
noise.
of here. It sounded like a... Quick, get out of the house.
But...
Run! I tried to save our marriage, Garth. I tried, and I tried. Maybe it was my fault. I don't know. But all I know is that this has been one living hell. And I loved you once. You've been the only man in my life. You were so kind when we first met. You were like a husband and a father and a mother all rolled into one. Marrying you was the answer to all my dreams. But now the dream has turned into a nightmare. And I don't know what to do to change it. It's hopeless. Everything is hopeless. And now there's only one thing to do. And that's leave. There, I finally said it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to go. But all I know is that I'm leaving. Forever.
I am speechless. So while I get my wits together, I should do something that I've been forgetting to do for I don't know how long, several episodes, weeks at this point, because I got some books that are tangential or related to the show, and I figure every once in a while I should share a book with you that may be of interest. I'll get back to the episode soon, but just so that I don't forget, because I pulled it in the midst of the episode so I wouldn't forget, because literally it's been sitting right next to me so I could talk about it, but that wasn't good enough. Here, however, is one of my recent eBay purchases, which is Even This I Get to Experience by Norman Lear. And that appears to be a memoir of his time in television. I haven't read it at all. I got it on eBay. Honestly, you can find it on eBay for a few bucks. So go look for it. Maybe we'll start a book club. I'm running too many book clubs, so I'm not going to start a book club. But maybe if you feel like reading it and talking about it, we'll find a space for us to talk about it. So this episode is a lot of things, or really a couple of things coming together. So it starts with Tom and Charlie at the Capri Lounge, and Tom falls off the wagon hard. And Charlie knows that Tom shouldn't be drinking, but Tom is too far gone. As I mentioned, he was drunk on New Year's Eve. He doesn't really have a system in place other than cold turkey to keep him from drinking. And the job that he has now depresses and hurts him. And this is where he goes. Starts with one beer, and he fights against the resistance against that beer from Charlie and asks for more to wash it down. And then we cut over to the Gimbles, where Garth is also drunk and Patty is just minding her business. And Garth, at this point, and we know where this is going because we just watched the episode, but Garth at this point is willing to make anything into a fight. And in his mind, he doesn't believe that he has ever hurt Patty. Like, he is justified nagging. Silent nagging is a concept that he has in his brain that says that he can just attack her whenever he needs to. Well, we'll see where that goes soon. And then Mary at the hospital is greeting again the pile of gauze that everyone thinks is Loretta, and Martha comes in to be kind, which I think is nice. Where we are is that they are catching up on a bit of the world, but also just being warm and sharing some love with a loved one, even if it isn't really that person underneath. What they know is that the person underneath the gauze, they responded. And the response was directly to May Olinsky's name, or at least that's when it happened. It seemed to be directly to the mention of May Olinsky, so I wonder. I'm very curious who is underneath this gauze at this point. Because we know it's not Loretta. Because we instantly jump cut over to a very quick snippet of a number over at Lou's place. And then we cut after the commercial break to Loretta, or rather Lulu, I still forget, but Lulu just treating the men around her like garbage. She doesn't respect Lou, and she will use Mac for a good time. And having a good time is not bad. It's just a question of, do you care about the people and the way that they feel? That bugs me here. She heads off with Mac to the truck. There's a heater there. And then Tom has made his drive. Apparently he drove drunk to Dayton, almost. I don't know exactly how far it would be. I would assume 30 or so miles. I don't really know. It's just a guess. Tom is wasted. And it's sad to see. We knew it was coming, right? Like, that's something that we have been anticipating since his fall from grace. For a while, we thought he was more mature. But it really didn't feel that way. And I had suggested that he would have another rock bottom. And he hit at least a cliff on the way to rock bottom. And now he's on his way down to a new rock bottom. In any case, he is now going to be sleeping in Lulu's bed, since they don't expect Lulu to show up there. And I wonder what that means for us next week. And then we come to the end of a story, I think, with Garth. And I don't know if it's the end of a story, but it's the end of an arc. With Garth abusing Patty, right? At least he doesn't hit her in the scene, but it's very clear what he intends. And it heightens. And Patty mentions that she spoke to someone from BAD, Helen, and she knows that she's going to leave him. And Garth takes to shoving her in the closet, but she turns it around and shoves him in, tells Philip and Heather to get out, and they seem to be getting along very nicely. there's a hint of a suggestion of some make-out behavior happening there. But anyway, they are on the run, and Pat reveals her insides. All of the feelings that she has been feeling in this situation, I think, are coming out here. And Garth, she's talking to... Well, she isn't really talking to him, is she? Because when we open that closet door, well, it's a Christmas miracle. I don't know that violence begets violence, right? Like, he was battering her, and a lot of people wanted Garth, a lot of the people in the comments have wanted Garth to meet a violent end. And, well, it makes for good television. I just don't want anyone to have a violent end. Call me a hippie, I guess, but that's where I sit. However, if this means anything, it means some peace for Patty. I hope. I don't know if there'll be some kind of court case about his death. I don't know. Because it could happen, you know, when there's a dead body in a house. But it was very clearly an accident, and there was no intent, at least from our audience perspective, there was no intent of murdering Garth. He just got impaled on a chunk of Christmas tree. So everyone, that is the end of week 16 of Mary Hartman season 2. I have a lot of feelings, and I expect that we are going to be talking a lot about stuff that we have seen today and over the last several weeks. So I thank you for leaving your feelings in the comments. And hey, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for building an understanding. And we will see you next week in Fernwood.